Hello, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be playing with a basic, I guess what everybody would consider a basic everyday palette. But it's not so basic really. I mean it is, but it isn't, okay? This is the look that we're going to do today. And it's the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism. And I also picked up the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism blush. Now, I also have the other blush somewhere. I forget where it's at. But this is what this palette looks like. And today on my cheeks, I put the Beauty on it. But this is such a... You almost want to just say basic, you know what I mean? Palette. But basic not in just the color story, because the color story is beautiful. But it's just easy. It's like every day. It's, I don't know. I don't know how to really explain it. But I hear a lot of people say it's the basic B palette, you know, something like that. But it is, but it isn't. I mean, is it? I would say it's a palette that there's a lot of, if that's what you're considering basic. I mean, come on, we've seen a lot of palettes with nudes. You know what I mean? Oops. I kind of got that black shade everywhere. Hold on, let me try to clean that up a little bit so it looks a little bit more presentable. Now look, I've already made a mess out of this palette. Why does that not surprise me? Okay, there, we cleaned it up a little bit. This, I mean, we've seen this time and time again, yes. I do love the fact how it goes from like the lightest shade and gradient to the darkest. I love how the shimmers are in the middle. In the metallics. I mean, I really do like everything about both of these palettes. I think they're on theme. I think they're the brand, like you can look at it and see what brand it's from without even knowing, in a sense. I mean, but is it a palette? Is it a color story? Not a palette, a color story that you probably have in your collection? Yeah, I'm sure it is. But nonetheless, that doesn't make it any less beautiful or maybe different in its own way, even, because it is different in its own way. But I really enjoy playing with it, and it really is easy to use. One of the palettes that I used not that long ago from Lunar Beauty, I did have a little bit of trouble with. I did struggle just a tad. Hold on, let me grab that. I can't think of which one it was. Was it the Moon Spell too? I think it was that one I struggled a little bit with. And not that much though. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't nothing like, and I'm a beginner, so that could be the issue there too. But this one, nothing. Not. I mean, you'll see in a minute. So the first shade that I went into, I have a hair, like a brush hair, somewhere. I can feel it. I can't see it. These white hairs bug me. For the first shade we're going to go into is Cherry Blossom. And, hold on, let me make sure. Okay. Because I know me and I'll have a mess going on. And this shade's not that pigmented. I'm not going to lie, against my skin tone. But I can see it a little bit. And it does build up. So I would say that some, like the beginning couple shades, if you're fair skin, you're going to see it. But if you're my skin tone, you're not. And if you're darker, you're probably not either. It's kind of going to blend in with your skin tone almost. But I did blend this, or build this up enough to where you did a little bit see it. You know what I mean? But it's a good shade to start with, or to like even blend out with, is what I found. But it is a pretty shade though. Because really I was just using it to get a feel. Look at that. You can a little bit see it. It is harder on, like I said, my skin tone to see it, but it is there. I know I said I didn't have any new palettes coming in. I didn't realize I ordered so many things because I've been playing with Pat McGrath, you know. But apparently I ordered a little bit. Whoopsie daisy. The next shade we're going to go into is called, what is that called? Sakura? Sakura. And we're just going to start building it up. I'm just using Morphe brushes. So I really don't know what to use when I'm doing these looks because I don't know what everybody would have. You know what I mean? Because, like, personally, I would rather use my refer brushes to do my looks just because I really do like those brushes, but I don't know if people, if more people would have those over these, or, you know, is Sigma the better brush to use over Morphe? I don't know. I kind of just jump around, you know, but I would rather use my refer brushes. I mean, I know I could use whatever I wanted, but because I let you know what I'm using, that way you have an idea of how stuff performs. And again, being a beginner, like when I first started, I used, like, honestly, I think I used Real Technique brushes. Like when I really, really first started getting back into makeup, I used Real Technique brushes. I still have them. And I actually like, a lot of them I like. But then I realized that I was having issues because, like, my eyes are hooded, so it's hard for me to find brushes small enough to work for me. And then of course I've got aging eyes, you know, wrinkles and stuff. And some of the Real Technique brushes are good for that, but not all of them. But in the overall scheme, I realized that they were, like, really good brushes to start with. And then, of course, Morphe became, you know, everybody started talking about Morphe, so I was like, well, I'll try them. And I realized that their brushes are good, but they're kind of, rough. I'm not gonna lie. But then I heard somebody say that they would condition their brushes, and I thought, well, if I use the conditioner that I use on my hair, which is color treated hair, and it makes my hair so soft, then why wouldn't it work for these brushes? And I did it, and it did. So it actually, I got a hair on this. Actually, I realized that it did soften these brushes, which was really cool. Because then it was like, okay, I can, you know, they don't hurt my eyes, I can use them. Or they're not scratching my face. Because I would say that's the number one thing with Morphe brushes is they are kind of rough. But they're also very affordable. And they got so many different sizes. But then I came across Sigma through watching someone. I forget who it was. And then I really did like their brushes. But they're not natural hair. So then everybody started talking about that. And then I, got into Refer. And then the Wayne Goss. And then the Sonia G. But I've got them locked and sealed in cases. My Wayne Goss and my Sonia G. Because, like, if I ever get better doing makeup, that's when I want to use those brushes. When I actually know what I'm doing to a certain degree. Like, I'm never going to be perfect. I know that. I'm okay with that. The next shade I'm going to go into is Bloom for You. Because, like, I just don't want to ruin them, So I want to make sure I'm somewhat okay with makeup before I actually start using those particular brushes. Is my only thing. I'm really just putting that shade right, like, on the outer corner here. Just laying it down and sort of wiggling it in, to be honest. I'm not going to move it over or anything like that. Just keeping it in that V, I guess, area that everybody talks about. Just to darken that up a little bit. But yeah, so I do, like, and they are right. Like, I'm not gonna, not that I want to justify brushes, you know what I mean? Like, being the price point that they're at. But tools do help. It's an investment, though. So I would suggest doing your research for sure on them. I'm not the one to consult with that because, I'm not a makeup artist. I did purchase them all, though, because I do want to, once I get good enough with makeup or decent, I do want to see, like, what the brushes, if anything, how they make my makeup different. You know what I mean? Like, right now I'm working, like, I do work with Refer, and Refers, it can be expensive. Get them while they're on sale, though. But if you get them while they're on sale, it's a great deal. And then just leave your feedback and stuff for them. Like, because Refer's real hair, and they do make a difference. Using them versus Morphe, My Real Techniques, any of them. So, I do want to say that much, but how much of a difference, I don't know. That's the part I'm curious about. Okay. Yeah, I got both eyes even. As I'm going to get them anyway. Okay. Then I'm going to take the shade Sam. I'm not going to wet it. And I'm going to put it on my lid. And when I first started to apply this, because it's not wet, I was like, wow, that's kind of metallic, right? Without it even being wet. But then I noticed it is sitting on my lid without really enhancing my wrinkles as bad as a lot of metallic shades do. And I was like, wait a second. It's almost like my Charlotte Tilbury metallic shades, in a sense. Like, it just sits so pretty on my eyelid without emphasizing or just really getting in the little, cracks and stuff. Like, it just sits very nicely on my lid. And I don't remember that from previous palettes being like that. I'm not gonna lie. So I found that a little bit fascinating that this formula is doing that. So for me, I really like this palette because A, the mattes are easy to use, but they're no different than a lot of other mattes, to be honest with you. Like, are they easy? Yes. But is Viseart matte easy? Yes. Is Jeffree Star mattes easy? Yes. Laura Lee? Yes. But this particular metallic formula, it's good. It is really, really good. So I'm going to take the shade So Icy and pop it on my inner corner. This is an Eco brush. Oh yeah, I have Eco brushes too. I forgot about them. I started with drugstore, but quickly realized like I was having issues. So I thought, well, obviously, I'm not experienced, so that was one thing for sure. But then the other thing, I was hearing people, the better the tool, which made sense to me because, my fiance does construction. So the better the tool, the better, not necessarily the job, because, a drill's a drill. But some drills are faster, some are easier to use, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean? It just made sense in my head that a tool can make a difference. And that, yes, your hands are tools too. And just the difference in you applying a shadow or your makeup with your hands versus a brush versus a sponge, all that makes differences. Doesn't make one better than the other. It just, whatever you're comfortable using and working with, is what works. And investing in these brushes, I'm hoping in the end will work for me, Okay, so this is the look using this palette that I came up with, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm trying to think of all of his palettes, and for different reasons I like different ones, obviously, but if I had to suggest one, it would be this one. Not just for beginners, but for people with that have hooded eyes, that have aging eyes, or that just have a lot of creases and wrinkles in their eyes. This is a really good palette, really good. For mascara, I use something and I have no idea where it's at now. Where did that mascara go? It just sort of took off and ran, I guess. Huh. I actually used my MAC for my bottom lashes. But for my top lashes, I used... What did I use? I used my... I used my Gucci mascara, which my full size came in, but I was using... Oh, there it is. My little trial size. I'm not going to open this one until I run out of this one. It finally came back in stock at Sephora. I was so excited. I don't know why I like this mascara. Can't tell y'all. But I really like this Gucci mascara. It could just, honestly, with me, it could just be me saying Gucci. I'm not going to lie. So when it comes to this, don't hold me to it, like on why I like this mascara, because I really do not know why I like it so much. But I do. But the reasoning could just be that in my head, I just like to say the word Gucci. Because you know how you just have certain words you love to say for whatever reason. Whether you say it, you know, differently than other people, or you just like the way it sounds, whatever it may be. I just like saying the word Gucci. Or you know what? I don't even think it's me. I think I like the way my youngest daughter says it, to be honest. Because she says it in a... not necessarily condescending, but like uppity almost. And it's funny coming out of her mouth, because like she's not really into that stuff, but you know, like she'll pretend, you know, like she is, obviously, and she'll be like, oh no, I can't wear that, it's not Gucci. And I'm like, what are you talking about, girl? You're 8 years old. Well, 9. But I'm like, no. But she's funny when she does it. She drives her father mad. Her father, oh my lord. I feel sorry for him if something ever happens to me. Because she kind of is him on some things, but then me on others. So she's definitely going to give me more run for his money as she gets older. Oh, this eyelash over here just drives me insane anymore. It never, ever wants to do what I want it to do. It's like it's got a mind of its own. I just give up with it all the time. I'm done with it. And then for bottom lashes, I decided to break out the MAC. I figured I was using the Lancome too much, so we'll do the Extended Play Giga Black Lash on the bottom, which you can't go wrong with. Honestly, anything with a small brush, I can't go wrong with anyway. But if it's a bigger brush, then I'm going to have it all over my face. That much I know. But these two mascaras for sure don't smudge on the bottom lash line or anything, so that's why I like them. And they're just easy to apply. It's probably time I get a new one of these too. Alright. Good enough. Alright, so this is the final look. I don't think I did too bad at this look. To be honest, like I said, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, like the way that shimmer's laying, but it lays flawlessly, to be honest with you. Like, I am really impressed with these metallic shimmer shades. I mean, it's pretty. I like it. I can sit there and look at honestly, this is the palette I can sit there and look at, because not just like looking at the front of it, because this is just beautiful. This palette is a 10 out of 10. From formula, color story, packaging, shipping, delivery. Ten out of 10. I was trying to think if there was anything else involved in this. Ordering was easy. So I would say, so I placed my order. His website's easy to use. That next morning, they were, getting it ready, shipping it out. I think I got it within 2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 business days. Yeah. So, I mean, a 10 out of 10 on that. And here's the blush packaging. I mean, it's just so pretty. You can't go wrong. You really can't. And even the price point really is a 10 out of 10. I don't mind the price point. I think it's worth every penny, to be honest with you. So, all the way around, he nailed that launch. He did that. So, it's great. I hope he gets a lot of good feedback on those metallic shimmer shades, because I hope he doesn't change that formula. I would like to see him keep that particular formula. So, and even the mattes, I'm okay with the matte formula. But, again, I'm a beginner, so it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect, so if you're a beginner. But I don't think if you're going to have any issues if you're a beginner creating a cohesive, beautiful eye look either. So, that's all I got for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I do upload. I am uploading quite regularly. So, until then, which will be tomorrow, I have another new palette. I do have another new palette for tomorrow. Eventually I'll get back to the Papograph, because I believe we should be ending my little splurge on spending. So, but anyway, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.